Speaking of facing prosecution, Hillary Clinton, back in court with Judicial Watch again. I've been telling you about our battle to try to get her to come into court and testify under oath. Federal court judge, Judge Royce Lamberth, late last year granted us discovery in a Benghazi FOIA case, a talking points case. Remember those talking points they used to lie to the American people about Benghazi? Well, it was that case that helped uncover the Clinton emails. The judge was furious about the way that scandal erupted and how his court was seemingly misled. He authorized us to conduct discovery. Witnesses came in, they testified. We even we generated even more questions about what went on, showing the White House, the Obama White House was behind the cover-up. The State Department was knowingly lying about whether there was a Clinton email system. Hillary Clinton was warned at least twice on her email usage by a security official. All sorts of questions were raised. And the court looked at that and he said, you know what, Judicial Watch, you've asked a lot of questions. I want to know what the heck the State Department was doing here. You get more witnesses. And Mrs. Clinton, you're on that list of potential witnesses. In fact, Judicial Watch can go ahead and question these other witnesses and you have 30 days to respond as to why you shouldn't be deposed and questioned under oath on your emails in Benghazi by Judicial Watch. And she did respond a few weeks ago. And just this past week, Judicial Watch filed its response, which includes new testimony by a now retired records official at the State Department that Hillary Clinton was warned at least 6 times about her email usage. 6 occasions Secretary Clinton was or should have been fully informed of federal records management, including email records and compliance responsibilities. 6 times. And needless to say, Hillary Clinton thinks whatever she said publicly and under oath about this is sufficient. And of course, all of her statements have been vague and raised more questions than they answer. I did it for convenience. I thought everything was being captured. No one's been able to ask follow-up questions there. Congress's questioning of her was notoriously incompetent. They highlighted she talked for 11 hours. That says more about the inability of Congress to ask questions and pursue leads in a way that would be helpful to a court than it does about whether Hillary Clinton was providing information that was useful for the court to figure out what was going on here. And of course, we know the FBI investigation of her was a sham. Got 2 words for you about how credible that investigation was. Tarmac meeting. So we filed our response, and here's our response, 14 pages. I want to read you a little bit from it. Because again, everyone wants you to believe the Hillary Clinton email scandal's over. It's not. First of all, a federal court wants to know what's going on. So it's not over as far as a federal court wants to know. Is concerned. And the statute of limitations hasn't run on Hillary Clinton or anyone else involved in the scandal. I don't think it runs until 2021. The court described this case, and this is a quote from the court, as one of the gravest modern offenses to government transparency. Grave misconduct was permitted at the State Department, and Secretary Clinton was the key player. Her actions and motives were the impetus to the doubt and questions raised directly in this case. Did Hillary Clinton use her private email as Secretary of State to thwart the Freedom of Information Act? Was the State Department's attempt to settle this case in 2014 an effort to avoid searching and disclosing the existence of Clinton's emails? And has State ever adequately searched for records in this case? Still, those actions and motives remain unclear, and Secretary Clinton continues to assert there's nothing more for her to say yet. She continues to make light of the legal issues caused by her actions. And we highlight the fact she's joking on it still. She's joking about it still. You may have seen her joking about it, sending out tweets, oh, but my emails. She's doing that even as the court is actively considering whether to bring her in under oath. That's chutzpah. Convenience is the only answer Secretary Clinton has provided publicly to the Federal Bureau of Investigation and to Congress on the question about why she used her personal email. But that's where the response ends. What is meant by convenience is never made clear. What was convenient about using her private server? Why was it convenient? Why was the agency system not convenient to switch to? Judicial Watch should be permitted to directly question Secretary Clinton about her motives, thoughts, and efforts regarding, quote, the convenience she relies upon in justifying her use of a secret, private server and email address in direct violation of federal laws and State Department policies. State Department Federal Records Office Tasha Thien testified that it was inconceivable that Mrs. Clinton, Secretary Clinton, was not aware of our obligations regarding federal records and email management. This is a quote from her. I don't understand why she would come up with these statements that she was allowed, or how she would save record email by emailing another employee's account. She had resources there aplenty, so it just doesn't make sense to me. Even before taking office, she testified, Secretary Clinton, quote, knew we had a process, unquote. Secretary Clinton in January of 2009 or 2008, December 2008 or January 2009, Secretary Clinton said a representative inquired on her behalf about retaining papers that she wanted to bring with her upon departure from the agency. Remember, she took the 60,000 emails with her and destroyed half of them? Ms. Thien and Clarence Finney, who was Deputy Director of the Office of Correspondence and Records, briefed Secretary Clinton's representatives on the departure process and departing officials' procedures, and provided the departing officials notice and government briefing booklet, which contained information about records management responsibilities and obligations, including email records. And you know what those obligations generally are? Even all records you do, as you commit or create as a government official, when you go to leave, even if you think they're personal, they're government records. Her email system was obviously a government email system in disguise, yet she took all that information, including classified information, and tried to hide and destroy some of it. Ms. Thien also testified that throughout Secretary Clinton's tenure, State Department held annual records management workshops. Members of Clinton's office always attended the workshops. And Ms. Thien recalls seeing Huma Abedin, Hillary Clinton's Deputy Chief of Staff, attend at least one workshop held in Secretary's own conference room just feet from her office. Secretary Clinton worked directly with Secretary Kissinger, Henry Kissinger, a prior Secretary of State from the 70s, on releasing his own federal records. She knew. So I said there were at least 6 occasions where Secretary Clinton or top people were warned on this issue. You getting the picture? And of course, Huma Abedin, who I just talked about, she said, go ask Hillary Clinton about this, because she didn't know some of the information that we were asking about. She said, ask Hillary Clinton. That's what we want to do. And we're doing this over the objections of the State Department. We have found, and I've told you this before, that Justice Department lawyers have been coordinating with Hillary Clinton's lawyers to oppose our efforts for discovery. Did you hear that? This is not the Obama administration. This is the current Justice Department that's been helping Hillary Clinton try to avoid discovery and trying to prevent us from getting any answers to any of the questions we want from any other witness. They don't think the government should have to answer any more questions on Hillary Clinton, her emails, Benghazi, anything. We should be happy with the documents we have, and that should be the end of it, more or less. And thankfully, the court disagrees, and we're getting these answers. As I said, there's other testimony that's already taking place, other documents that come to us, including an email that I've discussed recently that show that the State Department top people knew Hillary Clinton had a secret email account that she didn't want disclosed. So when she says, well, everyone knew I had it, well, we have an email that says she didn't want everyone to know she had it. You know what I think is interesting? After Trump won, not the Republican Senate, not the Republican House, held one hearing on Clinton's emails. Can you believe it? Not one hearing. And it was left to Judicial Watch to do all this work. And now that it looks like she's running for president, you think they're going to do anything? Of course not. And as I said, if it weren't for a court ordering the release of this information or this additional evidence gathering, we wouldn't know any of this about the Obama White House cover-up. Makes sense as to why there was no prosecution, because it wasn't just a Hillary Clinton email scandal, it was an Obama scandal. It was a Justice Department scandal. It was an FBI scandal. It was a State Department scandal. President Obama corresponded with Hillary Clinton on the secret system. White House counsel under Obama directed State Department lies to people asking about her emails. We had an FBI official admit to us in sworn testimony, written sworn testimony, that they found Clinton emails in the Obama White House. When they had to go around figuring out if they could uncover any of the emails they deleted, it looks like they had to go to the Obama White House to get some of them. That's why there were no prosecutions, because Hillary Clinton, any trial of Hillary Clinton would involve bringing Barack Obama in as a witness potentially. But I'm glad there's one federal court judge who's not afraid to ask some of these questions. I don't know how he's going to rule on Hillary Clinton's efforts to derail our request to have her testify under oath in person. But isn't it good that at least we're going through the legal process and someone's actually asking these questions? So I'll let you know what the court comes up with or how he rules. In the meantime, we've got other discovery that we're pursuing and more information. We have Benghazi material that's going to knock your socks off that I'll talk about next week.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.